Good afternoon, guys. We are discussing life with Alzheimer's, how to take care of yourself. The core truth is simple and hard at once. Living with Alzheimer's means learning to care for yourself in a world that is slowly changing around you. The diagnosis doesn't erase your agency, it reshapes it. The work now is to build a life that protects your safety, preserves your identity, and keeps you connected to the people and routines that matter most. Living with Alzheimer's, a narrative of self-care. The first weeks after diagnosis often feel like standing in a doorway between two worlds. Behind you is the life you've always known. Ahead is a landscape you didn't choose and can't fully see, but you do get to choose how you walk into it. Self care becomes less about independence in the traditional sense and more about supported autonomy, the ability to shape your days, your decisions, and your relationships, even as you accept help. Holding on to yourself. Many people describe the early stage of Alzheimer's as a subtle drift. Names slip, appointments blur, familiar tasks take longer, but your preferences, your personality, your values, those remain. Caring for yourself means protecting these anchors. Keep a daily rhythm that feels like you. Morning coffee, a walk, music you love. Use tools that support memory without replacing it. Calendars, alarms, labels, labeled spaces. Let others know what matters to you now, not just what matters before. It is not, this is not surrender, it's strategy. The practical work of self care. Self care with Alzheimer's is both emotional, logistical, the logistics, the logistical part is often the hardest to face, but it, but it, but it's also the part that gives you the most protection. Safety as a form of dignity. Safety planning isn't about restriction, It's about preserving your ability to live the life you want, review medications, and simplify routines. Evaluate driving early before it becomes a crisis. Make the home predictable and navigatable. These steps keep you in control longer. They also reduce the risk of sudden emergencies that can take choices away. Personal safety plan tailored to your daily life, legal and financial preparation. This is the part people avoid, but is the but it is but it's the part that protects your voice. You have to have, guys, um, early stage Alzheimer's. People, when they first get diagnosed, they need to do these things. I'm going to go through them now for you. Durable power of attorney, advanced directives. That gives you the opportunity to tell somebody your wishes before a crisis. Simplified accounts, a plan for long term care costs. The lifetime cost of Alzheimer's care often exceeds 4,000, 400,000, and preparing early allows you to shape how those resources are used. It is not just financial planning, it is identity planning. Cost of care roadmap. 3. Building your support circle. Self care is not solitary, it is relational. Choose a small group of people who will walk with you: family members, friends, clinicians, neighbors. Tell them what you want now and what you fear. Ask them to help you stay connected, not just safe. Support doesn't diminish independence, it extends it. The emotional landscape. Living with Alzheimer's means living with grief, but also with moments of clarity, humor, connection, and purpose. Self care includes tending to your emotional world. Name, 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 name the losses. Honestly, celebrate what remains. Stay engaged in activities that give you meaning. Allow yourself rest when the world feels too loud. Many people find that Alzheimer's teaches a new kind of presence, life lived in smaller, more intentional moments. Okay, here you go, guys. Here's the third part of the presentation I'm making today. What self-care looks like now. It looks like choosing routines that support your memory. It looks like asking for help before you need it. It looks like protecting your future voice with legal planning. It looks like staying connected to people who make you feel like yourself. It looks like refusing to let the diagnosis define the, the entirety of your life. You are still the author of your days. Alzheimer's changes the tools, not the story. Here's a fully expanded publication of that personal Alzheimer's narrative. Okay, here you go, guys. We'll finish out. Okay, someone claiming their agency in the midst of a life-altering diagnosis. I've kept it narrative forward, but with the clarity and authority expected in an op-ed. Okay, the other title, guys, is Living with Alzheimer's While Still Claiming My Life. I didn't lose myself all at once. Alzheimer's didn't arrive like a storm. It crept in quietly, softening the edges of my days. A name slipping out of reach. A task I suddenly couldn't remember starting. A conversation I knew mattered, but couldn't fully replay. At first, I laughed it off. Then I didn't. The diagnosis came in a small exam room with fluorescent lights and a physician who spoke gently as if volume itself could bruise me. Alzheimer's, the word, felt heavier than the air around it, as if it carried its own gravity. I walked out into the parking lot, stunned by the mismatch. The world looked exactly the same, even though mine had changed. But there is the truth. I want people to understand, especially those who imagine Alzheimer's as an immediate error. Sure, a diagnosis is not a disappearance. I'm still here. My preferences, my humor, my stubbornness, my rituals, morning coffee, the way I fold towels, the songs I hum without thinking. These things remain, that they are anchors, and in an early stage they are powerful. The early stage is a window of strength. We talk about Alzheimer's as if it is a single moment, a single identity, but the early stage is its own landscape, one where memory changes are present, but identity remains deeply intact. It is a time when people like me can still make decisions, still shape our environments, still protect our future selves. Yet our systems rarely recognize this window. We wait too long to offer support. We treat early Alzheimer's as a prelude rather than a phase worth investing in. We underestimate what people can do and what we underestimate what they need. I've learned to practice what I call supported autonomy, designing my life so the world meets me halfway. I keep a calendar on the wall and reminders on my phone. I label drawers. I write things down. These aren't just signs of weakness, they are signs of intention. They help me stay myself. I move my body every day. I eat in ways that nourish my brain. I sleep with the lights low and the screens off. I've made my home safer, not because I expect disaster, but because I want to prevent it. I've talked about driving. I've organized my medications. I've created a simple emergency plan. Those choices extend my independence. They preserve dignity. They should be supported, not left to chance. The emotional landscape deserves attention too. Living with Alzheimer's means living with grief, but also with moments of clarity, humor, and connection. Some days I feel capable, other days I feel like I'm watching my own life through a window, learning. I've learned to name what I feel: fear, frustration, grief, even moments of unexpected peace. Naming them makes them less sharp. But emotional support for people with early Alzheimer's is inconsistent at best. Counseling is rarely offered proactively. Actively, peer groups are hard to find. Families are left to navigate the emotional terrain alone. We need a system that recognizes that emotional care is cognitive care. Planning ahead is an act of self respect. I've begun the harder conversations, the ones about the future, advanced directives, power of attorney, financial simplifications. These conversations don't mean I'm giving up. They mean I'm protecting my voice for the days when I may not be able to speak it clearly. Yet too many people face these decisions alone, or face these decisions only after crisis. Clinicians hesitate to initiate them, families avoid them, and the result is predictable. People lose control not because of their own disease, but because of our silence. Early Alzheimer's is the right time to plan. It is the time when autonomy is the strongest. It is the time when people can articulate what matters most. If you've lived, if you're living with Alzheimer's, or a loved one or love someone who is, start now. If you want help shaping these conversations, I can help you build a family communication plan. Okay, next page. The most important work I do is revisiting the stories that shaped me. I look through photo albums. I tell the people I love about the moments that mattered. I write down memories before they drift. Emotional memory is resilient, and tending to it keeps me grounded. This is not nostalgia. It is neurological strategy. It is self-preservation, and it is something our care systems also almost never encourage. We need to rethink what early Alzheimer's care looks like. If we truly want people to live with Alzheimer's, we must stop treating early stage early stage life as an afterthought. We need proactive cognitive supports, structured emotional care, early safe planning, accessible legal and financial guidance, community programs that preserve identity, clinicians trained to initiate hard conversations early. We need to recognize that people in the early stage are not fading. They are fighting to remain fully themselves, and they deserve tools, not plateaus. I'm still the author. I'm still the author of my days. Living with Alzheimer's is not a straight line. It's a shifting landscape, but I am learning to walk with intention. I am learning to build routines that support me, relationships that steady me, and structures that protect me. I'm learning to live in the present without fearing it. I'm still the author of my days. The tools have changed, but the story is still mine. Okay, guys, that is A for you. I will be back on with B shortly. Give me a bit for a small break, please.